This wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about when I sat down today. TrumpCare passed the House, and now it heads to the Senate. That means it's on its way to becoming law. The irresponsible Republican representatives I've heard talking to the media to reassure voters that the Senate will obliterate TrumpCare were clearly engaged in values signaling. Values signaling is when one group of people does something visual to show other people who share their values that, hey, we share your values. But could you maybe just not do that with other people's healthcare while wasting my tax dollars to pay for your salaries while you do this in the House of Representatives? Just use your words or write it on your forehead with marker or something. It's cool. Your tribe will totally get the message and you won't have, oops, a law. But as for this law, why the hubbub? Well, for one, it's still insurance, which means that people with means will still be paying the health care of people without means. Remember how mad we were about this?
Let's take a moment and acknowledge the elephant in the room. No one wants to pay for someone else's health care! Ah!
This thing that still is the whole reason we wanted health care reform? Way to not at all help, Republicans. They are lowering your bill, which, by the way, still pays for the health care of people without means, by removing health care from the most expensive health care cases. Take, for example, 4-month-old Leo. He was born with asthma and diabetes, which sucks. His parents absolutely followed all the best practices for pregnancy. Mom took her prenatal vitamins. No one smoked or drank. There was no sushi. It was just unluck of the genetic draw. To keep Leo alive, he requires $3,000 worth of medical bills per month. But he has insurance, which means that his costs are pooled with other people's. Mine, for instance. I'm healthy. I require $0 worth of medical bills per month. No, really, I don't require any medical bills per month. No medications, nothing. And my flatmate, he's on one medication, which out of pocket would run about $50 a month, but he doesn't see a doctor on a regular basis, only twice a year for general checkups to make sure the medication is still being effective. So you have 0 plus 50 plus 3,000 equals a grand total of $3,500 worth of expenses per month. And a cat, which needs to be covered by all of us evenly. So $3,500 per month divided by 3 makes $1,167 for each of us to pay as our monthly insurance premium, or would, if that were a very generous insurance company. Because if they received just that amount from each of us, they wouldn't cover their building overhead or their utility bills for their various locations throughout the country, and it certainly wouldn't cover the salaries of all the people who are processing the claims, and it absolutely doesn't give any money to their shareholders. So instead, they charge us each $1,500, to keep the investors happy and all. And boy, howdy does this hurt. I mean, $1,500 that I don't need to pay per month? I could be jetting off to Europe every month for what I'm dropping on insurance. I know it hurts. I have a budget. I'm upper lower class. I get it. And I grouse and I gripe and I grouse to a not terribly bright but nonetheless elected legislator who hears about TrumpCare and he sees the solution for me. This will lower my premium. It's an excellent way to lower my premium. It promises to lower my premium. I want a lower premium. Why is this not perfect? Well, guess how it lowers my premium? It allows Leo to be denied coverage. So now it's 0 plus $50 worth of bills that my insurance premium needs to cover, which would make my insurance premium $25 a month because 50 divided by 2 is $25 a month. And that is, again, if investors weren't involved, but let's make it a more reasonable $40 a month because they are, and there are other expenses my insurance company has to cover. Okay, $40 a month. That's a savings of $1,460. I still saved enough to take that monthly flight to Europe. Oh my God, praise, praise. Oh wait, but at what cost? Leo, at the cost of Leo. Do we know that Leo's parents can afford an additional $1,500 per month in healthcare costs? I mean, Leo's not going to pay it. He's not even a year old. He's not even half a year old. His parents have to pay it. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Well, in a best case scenario, his parents are independently wealthy and can afford it, so great. But somehow I don't feel that's terribly reassuring. Let's do a more realistic case scenario. His parents have to accept government assistance to free up the money to pay for his additional health bills. They have to accept government housing, and they have to accept government food assistance, and, wait, who covers the bills for housing and food assistance? Oh, I do. You do. We do. We pay taxes. Our taxes are now going to be raised because our taxes are now covering Leo's housing and Leo's food through the social welfare line item of the U.S. budget instead of through our insurance premiums. So we're kind of still paying for his health care at pretty much the same rate we used to be. It's just going to be a bill in a different place now. Wait, so my budget is not freed up. I can't go to Europe. I'm still having to set that aside. This doesn't feel like a praise situation. I mean, I was right before when I told you.
Those of us with means are going to end up paying for the health care of those people without means. It's going to happen right now without some major fundamental changes to the system, and these are not changes that are being discussed.
This was inevitable. People with means pay for the people without means. But this scenario sucks, so if he's not independently wealthy, I didn't win. And that's not even the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that even after applying for all the government assistance possible, Leo's parents still can't cover his medical costs, so they fall into massive medical debt. And to collect on the debt, they lose what few remaining possessions they owned that allowed them to seek above minimum wage work, such as a car. And so the spiral of debt continued with only one end: a funeral for Leo. So, under TrumpCare, what passed the House of Representatives today, we're still paying for Leo's health care. It's just we shifted the bill into a different place. So we'd feel better about the fact that our budget still is equally impacted. And now we have blood on our hands. House of Representatives, explain to me how this is better again. If you don't find this better, please contact the Senate and ask them to vote no on this bill. Please remember, my name is Jay, and in 2020, I'm running for president. Thank you.